Welcome back, little cheesecakes, to our second episode of the Aftershock. My name is Daniel, and today we will be discussing all things functional. Joining me today, I'm so very lucky to have her in my life and into this season. We are talking with our director, Cory Xenos. Welcome back, Cory! It is an honor to say that, welcome back.
Thank you.
Just to start off with, it's such an honor to say that. Okay, we've been through it right now. I'm gonna be very candid right now. This is the kind of the end process of all of this. So I say this with very, very much pride. Congratulations and thank you for season 2.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. So let's do this well-deserved shot together. Oh, that was my whiskey, buddy. I love it. Oh, that's good. So, okay, before we get started into it, I have a question for you. You are doing 2 shows. Okay, well, 2 main shows, 4 other side projects. Why?
I have ADHD and I don't know how to just do one thing. I just think I always have a lot going on in my head, and there's a lot that I want to accomplish. There's a lot of stories that I feel are so important to tell, and that we need that representation so much that it just makes sense for me to jump on the things that seem extremely important to me. And I just want to always keep creating. I think it took me so long to get here to say I am a creator that I'm like, I've wasted so much time. Like, tell all the stories that I can tell with what I've been given. So it's just, I don't know, it's just fun for me.
Well, with that, let's get into this episode. This is the second episode. So first episode, we kind of focused a little bit more on Jasmine and what she's been up to. Now we focus a little bit on Guillermo's, what he's been up to. We're going to say this multiple times, but I think this is my favorite episode right now.
Every time I edit, I'm like, Daniel, I
It
just
was
send
this
you
one.
the rough cut, and that's my favorite.
It was this one. We just kind of jump into Guillermo's still shenanigans of like, what am I doing? He's trying. The thing of Guillermo that I've always said, yes, the character's been based off of me when I was in my younger 20s, but one of the things I do give props to Guillermo that I kind of wish I had in that time frame was that he has the courage to just put himself out there, which we see him with multiple people. Because I'm frankly not someone who, if I get rejected once, I'm gonna go into a whole be crying. So I'll give him that. Messy as he is, I'll give him that. He's okay to put himself out there and be okay with rejection. Or maybe he is, I don't know. But
I think so.
But with that, one of the things we're gonna be talking about a lot with Guillermo is his faith, and we kind of got to talk about a little bit about it. I wanted to be honest, and I wanted to create something this season with the theme of faith and religion. And to be honest, I'm going to be very honest, this is something that I was raised with, but it's not something that I like to share with because it's for me, and that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. How did you resonate with that this season as someone who's queer?
Completely identified. I'm also a faith-based person. Some people don't know that, but I don't really talk about it. It's something I keep to myself for me, because I was never the person that was going to church to say I went to church that week and I'm doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. Because it's not just about going to a building and saying that you're religious, right? It's about what happens in here and here, and how does that guide you in the choices that you make and the decisions that you make, and what kind of safety and comfort does that bring to you in your everyday life. So for me, the fact that you took the chance to write about that topic, it meant a lot, because there are people like us that aren't preaching at people, but we understand what religion is about.
Yeah,
it's
what
about
it can do.
Having a higher sense of being, sense of self, kind of a compass maybe in life.
How was it like directing this season with season 1 you came on as our cinematographer, season 2 you came on as the DP. How was it like coming into already a season where these characters are established, but how can we get more out of them?
It was fun for me because my favorite seasons of shows is usually season 2, because one, you're setting up the base, the ground level, the foundation for who these people are. you're building the world, which is cool, but then season 2, we get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
We get to play in that world. Everything's been established, and now we can just run and frolic and have fun, and that's what I love. So when you asked me to switch and be a director this time, I was like, oh yes, that's like a dream come true, because I feel like that's my forte of like really digging into the characters.
Yeah. I mean, you did a fantastic job. I mean, I played, and I'll say this multiple times, I played a horrible game this time around, and I call it Functional Season 2, which was essentially, the game went like this. I would have production meetings with y'all, and like, today's challenge is we're going to give you 15 minutes to do 15 pages. Any thoughts?
No questions.
And,
no concerns.
And what did y'all do? Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I mean, I wasn't purposely trying to do it, but I was like, one of these days, you're like, no, I'm done. I'm like, who's going to be the winner? Who's going to be Functional's next top person? All of y'all did. So I want to thank you so much.
It's like, it's easy for me to step into it and put so much in when I'm looking at what you've given us as a foundation. Like, looking at the script and seeing how much that resonates with me, and how important I think this is for a community as a larger whole. And so it's like, yeah, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, but it's like I get to create with people I love and tell stories that I think are so important. So it's easy. You gave a great script. You built real, rich, raw characters, and I think I love you.
Since we're in the second episode, what are you excited to see now that you've kind of reintroduced both of these characters? What are you excited to see?
I want to get to the meat of, why they've been doing the things they've been doing. Everybody makes choices, but we don't always know why they make them. So I think what you've set up is this ability to really understand why they've done what they've done, and where do we go from there? Because these big things have happened, these fights, these problems that are real, like rooted in real life. And so, it's cool to see those moments, but like I always love seeing how people react after. Like, how do you pick yourself up? How do you come to terms with what you've done? So for me, it's like, oh, this is amazing, because we're about to get into it. Yeah,
and we really are, y'all. So, Cory, thank you so much. I am very excited for everyone to see the work that you've done this season, and thank you once again. I will never stop being able to thank you. I actually told her, and I'll probably screenshot this. I told her one time, I was like, Cory, I will give you my first child, and she said, no. So, but that's how.
I mean, if you said cat, I probably would have accepted that.
Cory, where can our audience find you? Because I mean, in case you don't know who this woman is, she is amazing. She has the Fortnite streaming right now as well, season 2. But where can people find you in case they don't know?
I'm on Twitter at Cory X182, on Instagram at CX182, and then you can check out the Fortnite series on Instagram at the Fortnite series, and then Twitter, Fortnite Web, and then the Fortnite is also on YouTube.
On YouTube streaming now. So Cory, thank you so much for moving fellow creators together. We can call each other that now.
We can. We did the thing a couple times.
Thank you so much, and cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you everyone so much. And like I said in episode 1, buckle up, because we got some shit to sort out.
Here we go.
Gaga, 2013. Girl, no song or phrase is going to give you the answer you don't want to hear.